Hey everyone, this is 77. EA and Ghost have revealed a whole bunch of new details on Need for Speed Heat. In this video, I'll do my best to cover the important things as well as give you guys my thoughts on everything that's been revealed. If you're here just to learn about something specific, timestamps are in the description so you can skip ahead to that section of the video. With that out of the way, let's talk about the new gameplay trailer. This trailer gives us a good rundown on what Need for Speed Heat is about, so I suggest you watch it if you haven't already, as it will get you up to speed on a lot of things. The first thing I noticed is how Nitrous works in this game. Your car has a specific amount of nitrous tanks, so I imagine that once you empty all the tanks, you'd need to refill them at a repair shop or something. Not entirely sure how the system will work, but it's interesting nonetheless. The next thing I noticed is that you can bribe the cops. I'm guessing this works just like the fine system in 2015, where if you get the police's attention but don't want to do a chase, you can just pay them off and they'd leave you alone. I want to know if you can do this during the night as well due to how aggressive the police seem to be at that time, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Switching over to night, it seems that you can gain heat by doing races as well, which I guess means that the more races you do, the higher chance of getting yourself busted as police are more aggressive based on your heat level. Spike strips return as well, and it looks like they destroy your tires, which will definitely up the stakes during a pursuit. Which is a big deal as during the night is when you earn rep, and it seems that you will lose all the rep you earned and all the money you made during that time if you get yourself arrested. On the Need for Speed website, it states that some events during the night will unlock unique parts for your car, and that you will lose them as well if you manage to get yourself arrested. If you manage to arrive at your garage or at a safe house safely, your heat level is cleared and you bank all the cash, rep, and unique parts you earned while you are out. In this game, regular parts are unlocked by increasing your rep and are purchased using cash. It looks like there are no car classes in the game, which will allow us to use any car in the game for any event, which is nice. And we also got a brief look at how handling will work in the game. There's a small graph that shows you at a glance what that car is tuned for. So on the x-axis we have race and drift, which I guess means you can tune your car so it grips more and drifts less and vice versa. Then on the y-axis is off-road and road, which I assume tells you if the car will perform better on tarmac or on dirt. I imagine you can tune that by changing your tires and whatnot. We got a glimpse at exhaust tuning, which will allow us to customize how our car sounds, which is very cool. I'm definitely going to be playing around with this to make my Civic sound like an absolute monster of a machine. Speaking of making a monster, you can do engine swaps in this game, which will allow nearly any car to be upgraded to level 399. But does that mean that some cars can't get to level 399 even with an engine swap? I don't know, we'll find out soon though. But speaking of customization, it's not just limited to cars, as we gotta look at the character customization. It's pretty cool that we can do that now, so I'm looking forward to making my dude look like a wannabe Spike. Fist bumps and all. Leading on from yesterday's video, we saw how the Need for Speed Heat Studio functionality works in the game, and like I said before, you can apply your custom designs once you unlock that specific car in the actual game. This is genuinely a really cool feature, as I can put together a really cool car while I'm on the train, and then once I get home I can apply all that customization without needing to waste any more time. Finally, the trailer mentions cruise, so it looks like some aspects of the cruise system from Need for Speed Carbon is making a return in this game. A post on the Need for Speed website goes into a bit more detail on this topic, where it states that you can attract potential crew members as you win races, and then you can recruit them into your crew. It's not clear as to what benefits come from having a crew, but I imagine this will be something Ghost will go into detail on very soon. Overall, I thought this trailer was very good and it gave us a good look at how the game works. Let me know what you thought of the trailer in the comments. Moving on though, the entire car list for the game has been revealed as well. I'll have a link to it in the description so you can check it out yourself, as I'll just be highlighting some of the things that stood out to me. First of all, there are 13 BMWs in the game. Not surprising given the partnership BMW seem to have with Need for Speed, so if you like your BMWs, you'll have plenty to mess around with in Heat. There's also a surprising amount of Ferrari. These guys were completely absent in Payback, but they're back in full force in this game with 8 different models. Both the Nissan 350 and 370Z are in the game, as well as Rachel's 350Z from Underground 2. There are 13 Porsches in the game, so if you're a Porsche fan, you'll be very happy with this game. The 2006 WRX returns to the series as well. All up, there are 127 cars in the game. In comparison, Need for Speed Payback at launch had 78 cars, so in my opinion that's a very good increase in car count from the last game straight away. We also know that car DLC packs will be coming to the game post-launch, so who knows how many cars we'll end up with by the end of Heat's life cycle. One big omission in the list is of course Toyota. For some reason Toyota no longer like being in video games that aren't Gran Turismo for some reason. There's a lot of speculation as to why, but the fact of the matter is that if you wanted to check out the new Supra, or doing tofu deliveries in your AE86, or even redliner on the streets of Palm City in the classic Supra, you'll unfortunately have to look elsewhere and hope that Toyota comes to their senses and allow their cars to return to Need for Speed one day. The fact that Ferrari are happy to return to Need for Speed and Toyota aren't is absolutely puzzling to me. Finally, Ghosts have also released the achievement list for the game, so you can check those out in the link below. Don't worry about any story spoilers, those achievements are hidden. The names of some of these achievements are kind of funny. For example, we have component parts, I said right now, 2 races, 1 event, a bit of paradise, and anyway, that'll be all for this video. If this is your first video of mine, then welcome to the channel. I'll be doing plenty of videos on Need for Speed Heat as more info is released, so stay tuned for that. But if you're a fan of classic Need for Speed games as well, then I recommend you check out my series called 25 Years of Need for Speed, where I play each game in the Need for Speed series from 1994 to now, concluding with Heat later in the year. The latest episode in Hot Pursuit 2010 released a few days ago, so check that out if you haven't. My next episode on Shift 2 is releasing later this week, so if you want to see that as soon as it's released, then click subscribe. Yesterday's Heat Studio video was my first ever video to break 1,000 views, so thank you guys so much for that. My sub count has also jumped as a result of it, so I want to give a warm welcome to all the new subscribers. But regardless of whether you're new or not, I hope you're having a very nice day. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.